Hi everyone, this is your third month instructor, Michelle Haynes, and I brought Dr. Dan Siegel in here to meet you. He is your month 9 instructor, but the reason that I want Dan to come in, Dr. Dan to come in, is to talk to you a little bit about gaming in your AR project while you're early on developing it. So, Dr. Dan, tell me about how a student can incorporate gaming into their AR project.
Great question, Michelle. Gaming is such a powerful tool that students are using in all aspects of teaching, whether you're talking about businesses, public school, the military. All of these organizations are incorporating gaming in one way or another. So I think it's a great potential tool to incorporate in action research as well. So many students have said to me that they found that their AR topic was just boring or they didn't have passion for it, yet they're huge gamers on the side, or they're interested in gaming and haven't really taken the plunge yet. So my invitation to them is to figure out a way to incorporate gaming into their action research project so that it does create measurable differences in student retention, in student motivation, and how they look at school or learning or whatever the environment is. And if they ever get stuck on how they can incorporate these tools into their learning environment and into their research, I'm always available whether or not they're in my class.
When you talk about gaming, you're not limiting it to existing games. It's not like they would have to figure out how to do World of Warcraft into their curriculum. They can design their own game.
Absolutely, and it doesn't always have to be a game that's a computer game. Sometimes people think, oh, I'm not good at computer games, so I don't know programming. But gaming could be as simple as a board game or role-playing with their students. That could be the intervention that they use in researching a, let's say, before and after scenario with the implementation of gaming as the tool or the intervention for their action research. Planning.
That's an excellent point.
Thank
Excellent
you.
point about resources, absolutely.
Thank you.
So an idea for the student, certainly they want to do this early on, but if, for example, they wanted to do some role-playing, they wouldn't, and again, back to World of Warcraft, it's a big role-playing game.
Sure.
So understanding how that game works may help the student with their AR project in pulling certain kind of designs of role-playing out, for example. You don't have to take the whole package, you don't have to become a part of that, but you can get ideas from it. From that and from many other games, Farmville, for example. I mean, it has so many incredible elements, but you can make your own game, essentially, but understanding and watching some of these other games may give them ideas.
Absolutely, Michelle, and I really hope they don't wait till my class because, as we said, it's month 9, and by then you're getting more to the tail end of your action research project. So the hope is that someone is interested in your class in using gaming, they can start thinking of ways to have gaming be the subject of research as opposed to something they may not be as passionate about.
Do you agree with me that they don't have to save the world with their action research project? That it does not, the scope of this does not have to be huge. You can go in with a small game that you developed or music, as you brought up, and develop a song to learn, oh, I don't know, ABCs, that type of thing. I mean, if you change a kid's world, if you improve their engagement in their learning, their retention, then that's an action research project that's successful. The scope does not have to be, I want to change the dropout rate in America. The scope needs to be, I have 5-5-year-olds who have reading problems, and I want to try something. So I'm going to develop this little game to see if it helps them read.
I couldn't agree with you more because I want to see the students succeed, and if they take on this giant problem,
Absolutely.
it'll crush them. And I want them to just kind of focus like a laser beam on the tiny target. I always use the analogy of a light bulb with my students, where I say, you know, a flickering light bulb can cut through steel if you focus the light to a laser beam thin. And that's how you have to be in this program. You have to be laser beam focused, you have to put it first, and see it through to the end. So I really hope that even if they make a small game idea that they want to implement, they do so, and if they do get stumbled along the way, they don't have, like I said, they don't have to wait till they're in that teacher's class to implement those tools. We're here for all our students, all the time.
Absolutely.
So I encourage them to keep it small, keep it focused, and get the support you need if you need it.
Right, and I think one last piece of advice is make sure you have control over what you're trying to do. Some people will take on the IT department and they have no control over the IT department.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
you really want the group that you want, and I know you agree with me, the group that you want is a
Yes.
group that you can actually impact, that you have some decision-making power over, and et cetera. So,
Absolutely. I mean, you know, we're talking about using what people are passionate for, whether it's gaming, film, music, but also keep in mind what resources you have. If you have powerful resources that you can use, try to think of a way to implement them in. And if you, on the other hand, if you don't have those resources, like you say, you know, I want to change a huge IT department. Well, what if you don't work in IT or you know anyone in IT? You're asking too much of yourself. Have the tools you need, have the resources you need, have a plan, have the focus, and put the energy and time and money and whatever you need to into it, and you'll be successful.
There you have it, Dr. Dan and his month 9 class. I know you're going to have a good time there. I am looking forward to a great month with you all. Talk to you soon.